Hello, Geek Vibes Nation. So excited to have you here with us. The kind of nerdy girls here. I'm KJ, and this is Katie. And how thrilled are we, Katie, to have, hopefully, Raquel, you're okay with us calling you another kind of nerdy girl along here with us today.
I mean, I didn't realize that's what was going to happen, but I'm thrilled. Good. Good for me. I feel at home.
So there are actually a lot of people right now who are uber nerdy and having great big feels about the fact that Downton Abbey, the grand finale, I mean, it is an ending, and I know you have been out there talking about it for a while. So just curious, before we get into some deep dive questions about the actual movie, you know, when were your big feels? Like, was it wrapping up the show, or are you still having them as you talk about it?
Yeah, no, not really as I talk about it now, but it was definitely it was two moments. One was right at the beginning where we were doing the read through and we were all together and our American counterparts were zooming in and everyone who could be in the room was in the room, including Julian, Gareth, everyone, costume, makeup, you name it, they were all there. And Gareth said some words, Julian said some words, and obviously we honored Maggie because she'd passed, and it all my hair stood on end. And then we had that song, which is the song that opens the film, which ends on goodbye. But we had it in this little room where we're all kind of crushed in, as like masses of people crushed in, and it was unbelievable. And yeah, that was a very, very moving moment and a moment of excitement and of trying to honor what we'd had. And then my final day of filming, I was kind of taken over by feelings I didn't even realize I had. I was kind of shaking and didn't and crying and yeah, I didn't realize that was going to happen. I was upset, but I didn't realize that was going to overtake me. So yeah, tissues. Tissues for me.
Sure.
So it's
Katie,
the end. You've had this, amazing role as Miss Baxter. You've gone through so much trials, a marriage proposal with Mosley, a new role at the end of this movie. What are you going to miss most from this? I know it's been a lot of feelings, a lot of, sympathetics. And what are you going to miss most from Downton Abbey that you're going to take with you into your next projects?
Well, I'm definitely going to miss Baxter because she was noble as they come. And she had a really, sort of a very soft, uh, gentle, but very honorable personality. So she's definitely someone I want to come with me for the rest of my life. But then outside of her, it's everyone I worked with, cast, crew, that there's something very beautiful about being with the same people, doing the same stuff, having all the normal day-to-day stuff, and stepping into characters that all know each other. That's you don't really get that. And if on top of that you have not the whole world, but a lot of people in the world who are with you in the wings going, do it, we want to see more. There's kind of nothing like that. So you know, the door's closed, other doors will open, and you have to live with it. And there's really beautiful things about that. But all of that,
What are some special moments or memories you have from the set that you're gonna, laugh and cherish later, or, that's just gonna be your little secret forever that maybe you'd be willing to share?
oh my goodness. I mean, are you talking about the whole thing? Are you talking about
Any of
this?
it, or
The film?
maybe the most recent movie, the finale.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you were doing like, when you sort of, well, there's a flashback at the end of the film, but so if I were doing flashbacks for me, they would definitely would be in the servants' hall. I think it's after the Carsons get married, and we're dancing, and that scene took days to film. So we're sitting around, we're being incredibly stupid. I'm being entertained by Kevin, who plays Baxter, and Brendan, who plays Mr. Bates. I'm sort of sat best, in between the two of them, and they're just making me giggle. And it's silly because we're all tired, but we're also all doing something that's great fun. Then we'd cut to, singing Old Lang Syne on the last day. I'd also have my first moment walking on set. And I've been told that Siobhan, who played My Lady's Maid before me, I think she dropped a tray on her first day, and I'm going, don't drop the tray, don't drop the tray. But then Elizabeth is just absolutely gorgeous. Lady Cora is gorgeous. Baxter's nervous. Raquel's nervous. I mean, it couldn't be more, exquisite. And then there'd be flashes of all the juicy scenes that I do, but then moments like when all the servants are outside and I turn to Joe, who plays Anna, and I go, I'm on Downton Abbey because I was a fan. So talk about nerdy and geeky. I love Downton, and then suddenly I'm in it and I have to behave like I'm a normal human being, and this is, like nothing to me. It absolutely wasn't. And then in the final film, we're all out as servants, we're saying goodbye, the family together, we're watching, Lady Cora and her husband walk away, Lord Grantham walk away, and there's kind of so much. I think the only moment I really had with Maggie was when we were all lining up to walk back there's a funeral procession back up to the house. And she happened to be in front of me, and we'd never had a scene and we'd never been introduced. And rather than speak, she would turn around. And I said this before, but it's so precious because she was incredibly maternal and she would just pick things. Like there was obviously too much lint, like there is on my trousers now, which you can't see, but and she just picked things off me. It was so, there was no words spoken. I was a little bit terrified and in absolute awe, but it was a very gentle thing. That was our moment of connection. So there, I said a lot. I'm gonna shut up.
No, you said you were a fan before you joined Downton Abbey. What was that like? You said you were nervous on your first day.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little surreal to, have just enjoyed it and loved it so much. And now you're such a big part of it. I mean, every character is so big and so special to the Downton Abbey. How does it feel to just kind of be part of that forever now?
I mean, I feel incredibly honored and blessed. I can't, it's weird because I watched it, I loved it every Sunday night. I was glued to the next episode coming. I actually expressed it out to the universe, not on purpose, but with a lot of, obviously a lot of feeling because the universe listened. I just said, I want to be in something like Downton Abbey. And I said it really loudly and I kind of threw it out there. And I think within a week or two, I had the audition. Um, and then
What?
I know, it's crazy. I've tried since. It hasn't really worked. It's worked once since then, but it hasn't really worked. So I think what happens is if my soul goes, right, come on, sister, I'm gonna make a cry out there, then it works. But if I go, I'm gonna do that thing, it hasn't worked for me. But so in a way, it passes into normality until you do something like wrap it up forever. And then you go, oh, wow, I was gifted that. The door was open to me. And how many other people would have loved that, maybe even asked for it, and it didn't happen. So I'm glad that I had moments like when I turned to Joe Fro and said, I'm in Downton Abbey. And I'm glad that it always felt exquisite to me, you know?
So I'm wondering, since you were a fan first, so you used to just watch the show like the rest of us, then you're in it,
Mm.
for fans, they will always have the show. I mean, we are, especially those of us in the nerd world, we go back and we watch our shows over and over and over because we
Yeah.
love them. Will
Yeah.
you, are you able to still do that? Will you ever go binge Downton Abbey?
It's so funny because I haven't done it, and I think might go to Katie's point of going, I have to be part of it, and it has to be something I can actually do. But last night I started to watch it again in preparation for today, and I felt really warm. I loved being in just with them.
Mhm.
I just loved being in and around them. And because I was doing it for work, it didn't feel nerdy. But will I go back to Downton Abbey? I probably will. I don't think I'm ready for that yet, but I probably will. Because I love the characters. And it would be so fun to watch the first three series again. Because I really was, I was like everybody else going, shh, it's Downton now. That is what I'm going to do. And now we watch. Maybe you're not
What's
like
your
that. That's
go-to
what I hope.
episode?
Pardon?
What's your
My
go-to
go
episode? Yeah.
Oh gosh. Mm. I think the one where my heart stopped was when the childbirth scene, the death in
Mhm.
childbirth. That was the one that I couldn't. I don't know if I would watch that. I don't think I would go straight there,
I skip
but
that
that was the
episode every
one
time
never
I watch it.
stopped.
I was going to
Pardon?
say, that's your go-to. That's the
I
one you're
skip
going
No,
it.
to
it's
Yep,
not, it's
listen
I
not my
skip it.
go-to, but because I haven't watched it for a long, long time,
to.
we're talking
Sure.
over 10 years. I don't know, but that's the one that it was very, very, very impactful for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Was there
What's
anybody,
what's yours, Katie?
oh, Katie, what was yours? Yes.
My go-to episode,
And
I would
you, okay.
say, oh gosh, that's a hard one. I would say my go-to episode is the one where Tom and Sybil run away together to get married.
Oh,
That is
I
such a
like
good
that one.
one.
Yeah,
Yes,
I like that
yes.
one. And
You're
I
right.
really love like just the first one, where it's like
yeah,
you don't know the characters yet and you don't know anything about it, and you're like, oh, the Titanic sank. Yeah, that's like not a big deal that they never acknowledge again. And the
yeah,
life
yeah,
goes on, and it's
yeah.
just it feels so warm and fuzzy, and it's like a nice little sweater that you get to wear every now and
Speaking
again.
speaking of wearing, I want to make sure that we get to this. Is like the costumes. Like, oh my gosh, are you going to miss the costumes, or were they terribly uncomfortable and you won't miss that part?
Well, I mean, I'm you know that I'm from downstairs, right? And you know that I
Yes.
obviously got to wear two black dresses, depending on
Hmm.
whether it's evening wear or day wear, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you're up close and personal,
Hmm.
because so much detail that went into them. I played a seamstress, and costume honored that.
Hmm.
But I did not get to wear mostly fancy dresses at all. So the short answer is no, I will not miss my costumes. But had I been in any of those costumes, I think I would miss them. And you know that we auctioned them all off for charity, so there's no wearing of them again. But had I been the same size, perhaps as Lady Edith's actor Laura, then I might have gone for a little turquoise number she wore in that last film.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Favorite dress?
Ooh. Were there any, I know some persons who shall remain unnamed like to keep little mementos from the
Oh
set,
yeah,
little
yeah.
knickknacks. Did you pocket anything
I mean,
that
I
you're
have.
willing to admit?
Well, no. Yes, I took really, really expensive jewels. No, I didn't. What I did do was every time we went to a funeral or a wedding, there was always these beautifully intricate mass cards and, celebrations. So I've got all of those. And then I asked if I could have the underwear that was made in the style of the period, which is like a bra cum half corset, which is pink satin. And I wore that for so many years. I thought no one else is going to want it. Please, can I have it? And I got it through the post, and I have that. That's what I
I
have.
mean,
Sorry, nothing else.
well, you have given us. It's just been so much fun to reminisce with you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Are there any final thoughts, like as this chapter closes, that you just want to share with the fans?
Oh, I mean, you couldn't not say thank you because without the fans loving the whole show, caring about Baxter and Molesley, I wouldn't be married now. She wouldn't be married. Do you know what I mean? Those things you can't, I love the thing that we have been bathed in, which is this desire and the fact that people want to wear us as a warm coat, as you said, Katie. It's just like I can't. I've never been in that situation before. I think it's really rare, really precious, and I'm so grateful for it.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us on Geek Vibes Nation. Thank you, Katie, for joining me today. And thank you to all the fans who are watching with us as well. You can continue on with us at geekvibesnation.com, and we will continue to follow what's next for you, Raquel.
Thank you. Take care,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.